Are you excited for the future of video games?
Yeah, I think I completely. I still look at. I'm glad you've spoken. You've spoken so kindly about our work, about the stuff that I did and the stuff the whole teams did. It's wonderful, but I just look at it and see problems and see things that we can do better. I think it was always try each time to do it better. And I've got, some of the stuff we're working on now is going to do stuff that people haven't really seen before. And I think I think the games can get so much better. They can feel so much more alive. They can be better at storytelling and feel more alive and feel like, their systems, all the stuff, the component parts we talked about, we can both make each of those parts better and tie them together better. I think it's the technology. To me, it still feels like it's only just beginning. It's been cinema evolved from like 1895, whenever it was, until they invented talking in 1930 or whenever that was. It's not that, and then it's kind of found its modern form, and then by 39 they're shooting in color, and that's basically a modern film. Is no different from a 1939 film. But with games, I still think we've got a long way to go. The tech, there's so many different parts of the tech that it's still got a long way to go, and you can go in all different fun directions.
I just wish, and I know you said video games take a lot less than they could, but I just wish it was faster. Like, you've already made me fall in love with Absurdiverse, and you've made me fall in love with A Better Paradise, and now I am going to sit depressed realizing I'm going to have to wait. I could, of course, read.
Well, we should have some little short cartoons coming out in a while for Absurdiverse, and more stuff coming in the next period. But yeah, it takes a little bit of time. Movies, big movies are 4 years plus from start to end.
Yeah.
With all the legal stuff at the start, will be about the same.
Yeah. And certain movies from idea to completion, take 10 plus years.
Yeah.
Some of the greats.
A lot of that's just that development process that is really sometimes feels like it's designed to not make stuff.
A bit more of a specific advice, but on the topic of video games, what advice would you give to maybe independent video game creators that are dreaming of creating great games? They're inspired by Red Dead. They're inspiring of all the incredible open worlds and narratives you've created. Like, how's it possible to have a chance of doing something like that?
It's part of the two ways. Try and do it cheaply with yourself in a small group, or join a company that you think is doing it the right way. And I think there's upsides to either of those. I think if you want to make something that's cinematic, AI is going to change some of this. But if you want to make something that's cinematic, you need resources. You can still make something that's really interesting that isn't super cinematic, but it's an interesting experience in some ways. But the second you're involving actors and motion capture and one of those big experiences, it's going to cost some money. So therefore, if you want to do that, you've got to figure out what companies you want to work out and figure out how you get to work there.
Do you have hope for AI helping with some of the video generation, some of the world generation, some of the open world assistance in generating the world?
Yes, limited. Absolutely. If used correctly, it will be a great tool. If used incorrectly, it will lead to loads of generic stuff.
Yeah.
I've been in games for 29 years, and all the time, the piece of tech that's going to make making games much easier and much cheaper is about to turn up. And all that's happened is the games have got much better and way more expensive. So I'm always nervous about saying, finally, we have that bit of tech that makes our lives easier. But it looks as if it might be able to do that when you use it in the right way. If you use it, if you use it to try and as a substitute for creativity, it's going to be really generic.